friends. So today I wanted to show you my mini hot cocoa bar that I put together here. So right here you can see some of the items that I had actually pulled together in December. This was a project that I had planned to do over a month ago, but then because of multiple things that happened in December, including our dog passing away, I just didn't get it done, wasn't in the mood to kind of put this together. So you can see some of the items that I had planned on using for my December hot cocoa bar, which I will save those for next year, and then some of them I'm actually going to use for this one. Since we're past Christmas, I'm going to kind of do more of a Valentine's theme. So let me show you what I'm starting with. So here's where originally I was thinking that I wanted to do my hot cocoa bar, because you can see it's a nice decent sized surface, but there's two problems with this. The first is that the height of this top hutch is too low for either one of my Keurig makers, so I wouldn't be able to have that over there, and then it just didn't make sense to me to have the coffee maker on the other side of the kitchen and then have all of the fixins for hot cocoa and whatever over here. I think at some point I might have a cabinet here without a hutch and move this into my dining room, but this is what we're dealing with for now. And over here is where we have the coffee makers, and obviously I still have some of my Christmas stuff out. This is where we have the coffee, and then I had another spot for the hot cocoa for the Keurig, but my idea is I'm thinking that I'm gonna actually use this cart right here. And I'm sure you hear my the jingling of my dog in the background. But I'm thinking, oh, there's another one. I'm thinking that I'm gonna make this little cart into a little mini hot cocoa bar. And that way I've got everything right here on the cart. It's right next to the coffee makers and the Keurig and whatever. So it just makes more sense to have it right here. And excuse the barking. So let me show you what I'm going to put together. So the first thing I got to doing was chalking my my cart, and I pulled out my hot cocoa bar transfer. I'm going to use each one of those little phrases on that transfer on each tier, since my tiers weren't wide enough for each one. And you'll see I'm actually using the backer paper to block off where I had chalked on the transfer, so then I didn't get any extra chalk paste on my cart. But the great thing about this is once I'm done with this, I can wash this chalk paste off and do something else on this cart. So after that, I got to spray painting my bistro sign. This is a double-sided revolving chalkboard. I took the chalkboard out, and you'll see me put that back in a minute, and I spray painted it pink. This is something, again, I've been wanting to do for a while, and I finally got an opportunity to. So you can see how that chalkboard just fits right in there, but I'm going to chalk it first. It's great that the chalkboard comes out, because then you can chalk on a flat surface. So on the one side, I'm using one of our new Valentine's transfer, that cute little typewriter with the PS I love you. I'm just chalking the typewriter in white, and then I'm going to go over the little heart and the sentiment in peony. And then on the other side, I'm going to flip it over and chalk a winter sentiment that came with the hot cocoa bar transfer. But before I do that, I'm going to make sure it's absolutely dry, because when I flip it over, I don't want to smudge up my chalk paste. But, you know, because it's washable, if I did, I can just wash this off and redo it. But, you know, I don't want to do that. I want to get on to chalking all of my other surfaces. So once I do that, then I'm going to pull this one out. It's a Marshmallow World in the winter. Love that. So when I have this on my hot cocoa bar cart, I can flip it around whichever side I want to have on there. So I'm going to finish that up, and then I'm going to, once that side is dry as well, I'm going to put this back in my bistro sign. And the top part of that sign just unscrews a little bit, and then there's a hole in the top and the bottom of that chalkboard that you can slip right into your holder, and then screw it in, and you can flip it around. Okay, so I have several different containers that I'm going to be chalking and using for my hot cocoa bar. So these are little plastic containers that I found in the Target Bullseye section. Pretty much most of the things that I found for this were at Target, which you probably get tired of hearing me say that in my videos, but I swear I find so many good things in there. So it was a pack of 2 for, I believe, $3. So I actually picked up a few to maybe use for other things as well. They were food safe. I did check that. So I wasn't sure which color chalk paste I wanted to go with. So I started with white, and then I thought maybe that won't show up. So I tried the black, and then I thought, oh, red. And I was out of red chalk paste. So I grabbed one of my paste singles and used that for it. And you'll see on the peppermint, I believe the transfer says peppermint sticks. I wasn't using sticks, so I just chalked the peppermint part. But then when I was done, I loved all 3 colors together, so I ended up sticking with that. I didn't even wash it off. So these glass jars, again, found in the Bullseye section, you'll see these, I'm using the label transfers, and you'll see they're numbered on the front and the back. And I did that so that I know which transfer goes on which backer paper. Just a helpful little tip there. So my idea was to chalk this in black to make it look like a chalkboard, and then I would do the words in white on the front. And to be honest, I wasn't sure how this was going to turn out. You see me messing with that transfer a lot because the surface was rounded on the top and the bottom, so I wasn't sure if I was able to get that entirely flat. And it looked like it had a bubble, but when I pulled it up, it looked almost perfect. I had a couple little smudges that I fixed up with my little detail tool, and it was good to go. So I was pretty happy with that. So once I touched that one up, I got to chalking the other jar. Now, once those chalked labels are absolutely dry, this is very important when you're layering with your transfers. You want to make sure it's absolutely dry. I took my transfer and I just lightly pressed it on the spot that I was chalking. I didn't press the entire transfer on there. And I think that transfer said crushed cookies. You'll see I'm actually putting full-size cookies in that jar, so I just chalked the cookies part. And then this one says marshmallow, and it came up perfectly. They look so cute. I'm really happy with how those turned out. Okay, so now is the fun part, filling all of these jars, right? So I found these adorable Valentine's cookies at the grocery store, and I just love them. I tried to stack them so you could see all the little cookie designs through the glass jar, and I think they look so cute in there. And then for the marshmallows, we love to get the dried marshmallows, or I don't know if they're called freeze-dried, or the kind that you get in the little hot cocoa packets. So I poured those in, had a lot of marshmallow dust, and then originally I was going to tie the little scooper that came with it, but then I found that it left a lot of little pieces of jute around it, and I didn't want that getting in my marshmallow. So you can see I was tying it on there and then changed my mind. So I ended up just finding another little wood scoop that was a little bit bigger and putting it right inside the jar, and that seems to work. So again, for all of these cute little plastic containers, I went to filling them with my sprinkles and my mini chocolate chips and my little crushed up peppermint candies. And now it's time to pull it all together. I have that little wood and metal tray that I bet you can guess where I found that. I put my little bistro sign in there, and then I started adding my other jars. I've got my glass jars right there that I'm going to put in front. I have this other little jar that I put some snowman peeps in there. I thought that was cute. I think I ended up, after I got done filming this video, I ended up moving that over so you could see the labels on the other jars. And then I have these little disposable cups that have little hearts on it. I added some pink and red straws and a glass jar that I just happened to have on hand that I thought would look cute. This little red mixing bowl I use at Christmas time and at Valentine's. Again, most of this stuff was from the bullseye section, so I just put some of my hot cocoa pods in there, and then I will add that to the second shelf. Haven't decided if I'm going to add my coffee pods to this hot cocoa bar or not. So far I haven't yet. And then I have this little wood tray that I just put in there to help lift up my little jars there, so they're a little bit easier accessible and you can see them better. And then I added my little snowman snow globe right there just on the side. And then I had these cute little hot cocoa jars that I pulled out at Christmas time that were so cute. So I just put those in the back for now, just as filler. And then the bottom, oh, and don't forget that little gnome that I found. I hope you liked this video. I hope it gave you some inspiration to make your own hot cocoa bar, and I hope it inspired you to make something that fits in your space like I did with my little mini hot cocoa bar cart. And as always, if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel so you can see more videos. But now that this is finished, it's time to make some hot chocolate, and thanks for watching.